Okay, I do apologize. I got cut off. But I want to pick up where I left off. That the good traits of a good woman, we are the CEO and the founder of ourselves. So we have to advertise the good traits that we are dropping everywhere we go. It reminds me in the Bible about the virtuous woman. She understood her assignment. And we as women, single women in general, should understand our assignment. That we should know our stuff. We should have our stuff together. Especially when we're in public, we should know how to carry ourselves. You know, we're not loud or rowdy, but we carry ourselves in a respectful way, the traits of a good woman. So, to me, it's so important. Once you carry yourself in a respectful way, then you will attract the men that you need to attract in your life, because they will see that you're not an easy woman, that you not a rowdy woman, that you not want to be seen, but you're respectful and quiet and carry yourself in a way that he will respect you. See, it's so easy to pick up a rowdy woman because you would know, because of the characteristics that she is portraying at that moment. I have heard so many women say, getting a man, I can get a man anytime. Getting a man is not no problem. But what type of man are you getting? That's the problem. Most of the time, you can get a man, but you should not want just any man. You will want a man that will take good care of you, that will respect you, that will cherish you, and not take advantage of you. See, that's the problem when we are not careful of the ways that we carry ourselves, the people that we choose to invite into our life. But most of the time we choose the wrong ones because we're so quickly not to collect the data, the information that we need to know about the person. We're so quickly to roll and jump in and out of the bed, not knowing this person, not knowing anything about this person. But the characteristics of a good woman, the traits of a good woman, will begin to ask questions, begin to study this person, and acknowledge God, and let God direct her, because you would know if this person is for you. There will be signs, there will be things that he would say that you may not like, or saying, no, this is not it. This is not the person for me. You will know if you take your time. Let me take a drink off of that. If you take your time, you will know if that's the person for you. Most of the time, what I am finding out through conversation, through life experience, through this journey, the women that I come in contact with, most of the time they don't want to take their time because they feel like time is ticking, time is not on their side, and they feel like they have to rush and do things. That is not the case. That is not the case. We need to really get to know ourselves, our worth, our value before we actually sit down and start dating. I'm going to say that again. We need to know ourselves before we actually start dating. We need to know ourselves. What is the things that we want to accomplish? What is the things that we like to do? You know, we're so in a hurry trying to get a man, or trying to please a man, or trying to keep a man, and all these things that goes with a no good man. Because you have some busters out there, and most of the time, not all the time, it is some good mans out there, but they are so hard to find if they're not taken. And that's another subject. But we need to work on ourselves. Because sometimes, come on ladies, single ladies in the house, sometimes we need to work out our own issues before we actually go out and try to date. Because sometimes we can carry some baggage with us, come on ladies, that we have not even dropped or got rid of. I'm talking about those past relationships, those past hurt and pain. See, we need to work on ourselves before we even start to date. We need to learn our self-value, our self-worth, before we even think about dating. If we do that, ladies, single ladies in the house, if we do that, then some of the things that we take ourselves through, that we don't even have to, because we never took time out for ourselves, to get to know ourselves and to release all the hurt and the pain that we have been through, all the struggles and all the defeats that we have faced down through the years. We never let that go. We carried that baggage from one relationship into the other. It's time to let it go. It's time to stop and take a deep breath and say, you know what? I'm going to work on me. I'm not going to date. I'm not going to think about a man, not until I get myself together. Because you don't want to go in a relationship with baggage. You don't want to continue to let history repeat itself. I'm talking about the good traits of a good woman. And I believe that is what a virtuous woman would do. She will examine herself. As the Bible speaks, examine yourself. Because if you don't examine yourself and you continue to go in these relationships one after another and you continue to say, hey, Why do I pick these men that are so complicated, that's disrespectful, abusive, and the list goes on and on and on? It's because you are not examining yourself. You are not taking the time out to acknowledge God. And you are not spending quality time with yourself to release all the hurt and the pains and the struggles and the defeats and everything that you have went through. Examine yourself. Know your worth. You're far more than rubies. Know who you are. And I do understand the assignment now. I understand my assignment. There was times, that I did not understand it. And so that's why it's so important for me to share it with you guys. Your worth, your value. And not only be created, but sometimes, through life we have to take risks, be a risk taker. And when I say risk taker, it doesn't pertain or anything about relationships. Being a risk taker is seeing an opportunity that can prosper you, upgrade you, that can open another business opportunity or a door. Sometimes we don't have to wait on it, but we have to walk in it and believe that God has opened this door for us. So sometimes we have to take risks in order to be elevated. Take that risk. And if it doesn't work out, so what? Because you already have a plan on top of a plan. The good traits of a good woman always have a plan. More than one plan, more than several plans. She has a whole year and sometimes 5-year plan. If that doesn't work, then she has another plan after another plan, a risk taker. Taking risk on yourself, investing in yourself, investing in opportunities. A virtuous woman invests in herself, invests in the opportunities. She doesn't invest in a man, but she invests in herself, in the opportunities that is presented before her. The traits of a good woman. That's what I'm talking about. See, we get too relaxed and too complacent on the things that doesn't have value in our life. And I'm not saying that a man doesn't have value, but I'm saying that we need to work on ourselves before we continue to make these mistakes over and over about choosing the wrong spouse, choosing the wrong relationships, choosing the wrong person. And that's the struggles that most of us have as women. And we say that they're no good. No, we gave them the opportunity. We have the goods. They didn't put a gun right here and say, hey, you're going to choose me. No, you opened that opportunity up when you said okay. when you said yes. And you really didn't evaluate the situation. So the traits of a good woman would be careful about everything, would sort things out and make the right decisions. And then you want to be bold and courageous. Bold in everything. Be assured. I talked about confidence yesterday. Being confident in everything. Knowing and studying your business. Knowing what to say at the correct time, at the right time. Knowing when to step in a room and that you're owning that room because you know your stuff. You done studied, you done did your research, you got your stuff together. No one has to come to you and deliver some kind of baloney because you will correct them in a nice, respectful way. Letting them know, no, I know my stuff. I did my research. I got my stuff together. Knowing. It is so important to know what we're doing, to know what we're talking about. Knowing the traits of a good woman. This is so good this morning. I have to take another sip of my coffee. And it's so good to know yourself. Know where you're going. Know where you're going in your life. You should not never know where you don't know where you're going in life. You should not be led by somebody else because you are the CEO and the leader and the founder of your life. We know God is the center of our life, okay? But we know also that we are the director of our life in this world. And I put some things down on paper. We have to be driven, motivated, and we have to be honest with ourselves. In order for us to accomplish our goals, we really have to look at ourselves in the mirror and be honest with ourselves. Because if we cannot be honest with ourselves, then we can't be honest or true with nobody else. And that is with relationships, business partners. If we can't be real and honest with ourselves, then it's no value there. Because we cannot be honest with ourselves. And if we can't do that for ourselves, then we definitely can't do it for others. Does that make sense? Yes. So we have to be risk takers. We have to be honest. Then we have to be organized. We have to be organized. Sometimes if you walk into a business meeting, papers everywhere, you're not organized, you're not ready. What is that saying about you? You know, every morning I get up early, and I make sure I have my stuff together. Normally, I'm in my office at 7 a.m. But I have a business proposition this morning, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up. But every morning, I'm in my office before anyone else, and I'm ready. I'm organized. I have my stuff together, and I'm greeting the people that comes into the office. I don't have to be there at 7, but I choose to be there at 7 a.m. Being organized, being standing out in a crowd. You have to have your stuff together. And it was not always like this for me. I really had to come to me, Jesus, conversation with myself. I said, Vicky and Steph, you got to get yourself together. Because if you don't, you're gonna be disorganized and everything is not gonna come together. You got to work the work. And you have to be more organized. Get your mind together. Get yourself together. And when I did that, things began to happen. Doors began to open. I can remember when my mom and my grandmother would say, the early bird catches the worm. Never could understand that concept. But now do. If they see you shining early in the morning, then they're going to start shining. Because you're catching everything that walks through that door. You're catching the business opportunity. You're catching everything, the benefits and the opportunity that the doors are opening for you. The propositions for you. You're catching everything because you're right there in your position. And when they come in, you're already there as a servant to them. And when people see that you are ready and eager to serve them, they will think twice. And the business opportunity will begin to open up doors. Be creative. Be respectful. If they shoot you some crap, you don't have to shoot it back. And smile. You know, one thing I'm learning in this journey is to smile and say, you know what? I do understand. If they acting ignorant, I do understand. I get it. Because I was there once before. I was there. I couldn't understand. I thought maybe, you know, if I talk loud and act in a disrespectful way, then I will get the attention that I need. That's because I didn't know. I was unlearned. But now, when people disrupt my life, I understand. Been there, done that. But I hope this have helped someone on the day. And you know, maybe some guys out there that's single and watching this. Maybe you guys took some notes and everything. I hope that it could help you, you know. But thank all of you guys for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this out, because this is good information. This is great information. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and thank you once again for watching. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.